As the sun rises over the quiet streets of Magnia, we begin a journey into the past, to a time and place that shaped a remarkable life. Today, we look back at the life of Ahmed Ben Bella, a man whose courage and vision helped shape Algeria's destiny and inspired generations to come. Born in Magnia, near the Moroccan border, around 1916, Ben Bella grew up under the shadow of French colonial rule, witnessing firsthand the challenges faced by his people. His family was modest, living simply, and from an early age, he saw the stark inequalities between native Algerians and European settlers, who enjoyed privileges denied to most. Attending a French school, he excelled both academically and athletically, standing out among his peers and even playing professional soccer in France, a rare achievement for an Algerian at the time. Living abroad broadened his perspective, exposing him to new ideas and cultures, but it also deepened his awareness of the injustice and discrimination that persisted back home. The seeds of revolution were sown in these formative years, as he and other young Algerians began to dream of a different future. Opportunities for Algerians were severely limited. The best land, jobs, and education were reserved for the French, leaving most Algerians with little hope for advancement. This personal experience of exclusion and injustice fueled his growing desire for change and justice for his people. When World War II broke out, Ben Bella joined the French army, serving bravely and earning the prestigious Médaille Militaire for his courage on the battlefield. Yet, fighting for France's freedom while Algeria remained colonized was a bitter contradiction that weighed heavily on his conscience. This realization convinced him that only true independence could secure his people's future and dignity. The soldier who once fought for France would soon become the revolutionary who fought against it, determined to free his homeland. His journey from a humble village boy to a future leader of Algeria had truly begun, setting the stage for a new chapter in his country's history. Returning to Algeria after the war, Ben Bella found his homeland not only unchanged, but even more repressive than before. The hopes for freedom that had flickered during the war years were quickly extinguished by the harsh realities of colonial rule. The Sétif massacre in 1945, where thousands of Algerians were killed by French forces, marked a brutal turning point. The violence shocked the nation and shattered any illusions that peaceful coexistence was possible under French domination. Realizing that peaceful protest was futile, Ben Bella joined the Organisation Spéciale, a secret group dedicated to armed resistance. This marked his shift from open dissent to the dangerous world of underground struggle. His leadership and courage shone during a daring 1949 post office raid in Iran, where he and his comrades secured vital funds for the revolution, inspiring others to join the cause. Arrested in 1950, Ben Bella endured years in prison, refusing to betray his ideals. His dramatic escape in 1952 made him a legend among nationalists and a symbol of hope for the oppressed. In exile in Egypt, he helped found the National Liberation Front, FLN, uniting diverse factions under a single banner and committing himself fully to the dream of armed independence for Algeria. On November 1, 1954, the FLN launched coordinated attacks across Algeria, igniting the Algerian War of Independence and signaling to the world that the fight for freedom had truly begun. Though living abroad, Ben Bella was central to the movement, smuggling weapons, orchestrating strategy, and keeping the revolutionary spirit alive among exiles and fighters alike. His actions made him one of France's most wanted men, hunted relentlessly by colonial authorities who feared his growing influence. The village boy from Marnia had now become a general, leading a war for his nation's very soul and inspiring countless others to rise up. His transformation from soldier to revolutionary was now complete, embodying the hopes and determination of a people longing for freedom. The struggle for Algeria's freedom had truly begun, with Ben Bella at the heart of the movement, guiding its earliest steps. Ben Bella's leadership and unwavering resolve would soon make him a symbol of resistance, not just for Algeria, but for oppressed peoples everywhere. The Algerian War raged for nearly 8 years, and Ben Bella, operating from exile, became the FLN's international face. He tirelessly lobbied world leaders, ensuring Algeria's struggle stayed in the global spotlight. In 1956, French agents hijacked a plane carrying Ben Bella and other FLN leaders, imprisoning them for the rest of the war. His capture only strengthened the revolution, turning him into a symbol of sacrifice. Even in prison, his name was a rallying cry for independence. The French hoped to crush the movement by jailing its leaders, but instead, they created martyrs. In 1962, the war ended with the Evian Accords, granting Algeria independence. Ben Bella was released and returned as a hero, embodying the revolution's triumph. He was poised to lead the new nation. The crowds that greeted him saw hope for a brighter future. The revolutionary was now a national leader. With independence, Ben Bella quickly rose to power, becoming Algeria's first prime minister and then president. The country was devastated, economy ruined, infrastructure destroyed, and a mass exodus of French settlers left a skills vacuum. Ben Bella pursued socialism, nationalizing land and launching autogestion, worker-run cooperatives. This bold experiment aimed to empower Algerians and break from colonial economics. Internationally, he positioned Algeria as a leader of the non-aligned movement, supporting liberation struggles worldwide. Algiers became a haven for revolutionaries, but his assertive foreign policy unsettled Western powers. At home, Ben Bella's leadership grew increasingly authoritarian. He concentrated power, sidelined rivals, and created a one-party state under the FLN. National unity, he argued, was essential, but dissent grew. His defense minister, Houari Boumediene, watched with concern as Ben Bella consolidated control. The seeds of internal conflict were sown. The revolutionaries' rule was becoming divisive. On June 19, 1965, Ben Bella's presidency ended abruptly. Troops led by his defense minister, Boumediene, surrounded the palace and arrested him without violence. The coup was a stunning betrayal by a fellow revolutionary. Boumediene accused Ben Bella of erratic leadership and endangering Algeria's future. The new regime announced it was correcting the nation's course. Ben Bella was placed under house arrest, cut off from the world. The era of charismatic leadership gave way to military rule. The coup exposed deep divisions within the FLN. Unity forged in revolution fractured in power. Ben Bella became the first victim of Algeria's internal power struggles. His presidency, once full of hope, ended in silence and isolation. The dream of a just, united Algeria was now in question. After the coup, Ben Bella vanished from public life, disappearing almost overnight as the new regime tightened its grip on Algeria. He was held in strict isolation for nearly 15 years, cut off from the world he once helped shape. Denied visitors and news, he endured profound loneliness, with only his thoughts and memories for company. His name was systematically erased from official histories, as if he had never existed. The regime wanted Algeria to forget him, removing his image from public spaces and rewriting the narrative. In confinement, he turned inward, searching for meaning in the silence and solitude. He found solace in religion and deep reflection, drawing strength from faith and introspection. Only after Boumediene's death in 1978 did his situation begin to change, as the political climate shifted. Released in 1980, Ben Bella was exiled first to France and then to Switzerland, far from his homeland. From abroad, he became a vocal critic of the one-party system he once helped build, speaking out for change. Years of isolation and reflection had changed his views. He now saw the need for a new path for Algeria. He began to advocate for democracy and human rights, calling for freedom and justice for all Algerians. He founded the Movement for Democracy in Algeria, urging political reform and inspiring a new generation of activists. No longer the fiery revolutionary of his youth, he became an elder statesman and respected dissident, sharing his hard-won wisdom with the world. His journey had come full circle, from revolutionary to ruler to prisoner, and now to passionate advocate for democracy and human rights. Ben Bella's transformation reflected Algeria's own turbulent evolution, mirroring the nation's ongoing struggle. His voice, once silenced, now called for freedom, justice, and dignity for his people. The struggle for a just Algeria continued, inspired by his enduring legacy and unwavering hope. Behind the revolutionary was a personal story of love and resilience. Ben Bella married Zora Salami, an intelligent journalist, after becoming president. Their marriage symbolized a new, modern Algeria. The 1965 coup shattered their life. Both were placed under house arrest. Zora's loyalty never wavered. She became his companion and strength in isolation. In 1971, they adopted 2 children, Medea and Noureddin, bringing hope to their confinement. Family life offered solace amid hardship. Zohra educated and protected their children, creating a sanctuary in captivity. After release, the family lived in exile, but tragedy struck when Zohra passed away. Her loss was devastating, but Mehdiya later became a vocal advocate for her father's legacy. Their story reminds us that even public figures seek love, connection, and normalcy. Ben Bella's life was marked by triumph and contradiction. He was a founding father, risking everything for Algeria's independence. As president, he championed anti-colonialism and bold reforms like autogestion. He aimed to empower workers and dismantle colonial structures. Yet, his rule grew authoritarian, dissent was suppressed, and power centralized. This set a precedent for decades of military-backed rule. The democratic ideals of the revolution were sidelined. His economic policies struggled amid post-colonial challenges. Charismatic but impulsive, he alienated key allies. Ben Bella's story shows that revolutionary skills don't always translate to effective governance. His legacy is both inspiring and cautionary. In 1990, Ben Bella returned to Algeria, welcomed as a father of the nation. He re-entered politics as an advocate for democracy and reconciliation. During the Civil War, he called for dialogue and peace. On the world stage, he led campaigns against aggression and injustice. He evolved from revolutionary to global advocate for peace. Ben Bella died in 2012 at age 95, honored with a state funeral. He was buried among the martyrs of the revolution. Today, he's remembered as a complex patriot, courageous, flawed, and indispensable to Algeria's birth. His journey mirrors Algeria's own triumph, tragedy, and the ongoing struggle for justice. Ben Bella's life is a reminder of the price of freedom. His legacy endures in the nation he helped create.